Howdy, my name is Callum, also known as Northern Dice, and I am going to be very excited whilst I unbox my Kickstarter edition of Who Goes There 2nd edition and the Who Goes There Van Wall and Norris expansions. I have played the 1st edition, so this isn't as blind as you possibly anticipate from me, but it is going to be very much me excited because when I did play this, it was absolutely phenomenally fun. The reason I backed this is primarily off of that experience. Now, if you're not familiar, this is almost a board game, not adaptation, but the same concept as the film The Thing. I know there is a The Thing board game, but this has got the same sort of vibe. So the idea is that there are going to eventually be two teams where the infected and the non-infected, the survivors, sort of separate, and that happens gradually throughout the game. The objective for those who are surviving is to fuel the helicopter to survive long enough and to manage to escape, whereas the infected definitely don't want them to escape or want to escape with them completely undetected. So here is a view of what the board will look like. Do get little sculpts, but the 1st edition and 2nd edition I don't believe differ too much apart from print and possibly a couple of rule adaptations, maybe some little clarifications here and there. This is an absolutely massive box, by the way. It is absolutely huge. So let's put the lid over here, and here we go. Who Goes There 2nd edition. The rulebook is incredibly meaty as well. Really thick pages and a fair amount of explanation and example in here. So straight away, introduction, table of contents, etc, etc. Let's have a quick look at the introduction and see what it has to say. So, when members of your research team found something otherworldly frozen in the Antarctic ice, they brought it back to your camp to investigate. Doing so awoke an ancient, shape-shifting alien, and now the creature is wreaking havoc on your camp. If you and your teammates want to bring the thing to heel, you'll need to work together, watch each other's backs and fight for survival. Your job is made all the more difficult by a wily enemy that can mimic your friends. When you're taking orders from a leader you don't trust, receiving first aid from a vulnerable doctor, or eating food from a suspicious cook, trust is a commodity in short supply. Who Goes There is a growing paranoia-based game on the 1938 science fiction novella of the same name, Who Goes There, written by John W. Campbell. It's a game of strategy, trust and deception in which players must work together to survive the harsh Antarctic conditions and escape the alien life form running amok in the camp. The path to success is fraught with attacks, setbacks and vulnerability. Each game will be unique, dependent on the personality of the players and the dynamics of the decision making, with just enough luck of the draw and roll to keep things interesting. So the object of the game is, as it says here, you must try and stay alive, stay human, and accumulate enough helicopter bonuses to meet or exceed the escape threshold necessary to escape, and their ship to leave the Antarctic and their ship-shifting adversary behind. But what that doesn't say is the goal for the alien, which of course is going to be to prevent that. So we have got a lot of things here, all items, all that do different things. I can't remember the technicalities. It was a good few years ago that I played this, but I know that red is attack value, and then of course all these things have different benefits to them. So an example, the lighter can be used in place of matches. You get 1 action to search outside of the travel coat. It's all just stuff to give you a little bit more of an edge in the Arctic tundra. Some more tokens there as well. And then we have these ones. So then we have 4 XP for extra item slots, just little things, because you have a player board that evolves as well, and you can upgrade certain elements. And then we have the actual play board in its halves. So here is the outside, which is also the round track and the trust no one, along with the helicopter, and the inside, which is where people can sleep, craft things, and survive effectively. And then we are presented with an absolutely beautiful insert, which is what I always appreciate. So we've got all 4 player boards here for the core game. and you'll see that they're indented, and these get covered up, but you can gradually unlock more and more of these. You've got Dr. Copper, Kinner, Macready, and of course, Gary, the leader. We also have something here for the Rooms of Wrath for Endangered, which would be Endangered Orphans. But I will put that away because I'm also anticipating receiving that in the near future. Then we've got this really cool looking dice, which is really unique, custom, little prints on there. Very nice, like that a lot. We have got some more unique dice, unique to each different player as well. So you've got Macready's dice, Gary's dice, etc. What else do we have here? Ooh, more dice for whether we manage to start fires or not, because fire is going to be integral to our survival if we are wanting to survive. We also have some gems, always nice, never anything wrong with gems. And then unique player coloured, I think these are action cubes, which again are just translucently coloured, very pretty though. Nothing wrong with something being a little bit pretty. Pop those back, we'll go here. Some more green ones. I don't believe the aliens get unique actions, but these may be able to track different alien things. Again, very long time since I played this. So this is as half blind as I can physically get, but maybe not as much as normal. And then we have some different decks here. So we've got the unique decks for each player. Workshop. I believe these are things found in storage when you're rummaging, and these are the different items. So let's crack one or two of these open. Oh my god, I'm going to crack them all open and have a look at what we've got. I do like the art on this. It all seems to just fit into this really light, almost comic sort of feel. So we've got buildable things. Alcohol, play this card, went outside to gain 1 stamina. More buildables. Matches can be used to light the bonfire. Flares, items that you can acquire. Ooh, a shotgun. That's going to be nasty if you encounter the alien. Crowbars. And then, of course, empty lighters, dog food, first aid, decks to gain additional actions in turns. An old key. Playing this card during a camp lockdown allows you to move to a different location. Still costs an action. Okay, oh, what was that? A host test. Play parts A and B together. That's part B. You and a player in your location must discreetly reveal all your vulnerable cards to each other. You must have at least 1 vulnerable card to play these. Okay. Now, I know that you, well, I say no you can. Me, purchased a clicker which allows you to, well, you trade it with another player and you would set it to whichever side you were dependent on whether you were infected or not. And of course, when you do trades or something that requires you to be close to another player, you can, if you are infected, choose to show them this side, which means that they are then also infected. Alternatively, you can play it safe and just play green. All players who are not infected would of course always play green. Now I only purchased 1 of these. Whether there's more in here or not is another matter. I've not looked into the nitty-gritty, delved in. Hopefully there are, and if not, I might have to order some more. But anyway, let's crack open these unique player cards, because I saw Dr. Cooper's name on the back of these. If I can't get the gold foil. Oh my days. Here we go. So these include the unique cards for each player. So we've got Dr. Copper, Kinner, Macready, Gary, and then the vulnerable cards, which eventually have the bloodstain on. The bloodstain is the one that shows that you are the first person to be infected. You don't necessarily always start with the infected one, but in the game that I played, it was an immediate, the person who got infected was immediately infected. So these are cards unique to the players. I don't believe they get them all straight away. but we can see a bit of difference in what they specialise in. So, an example, where is it? Dr. Copper the Physician is going to be a lot more centred on first aid, keeping people alive, not so heavy on the old weapons. Whereas, where is it? A lot of alcohol for that chap. He's having a party. There was someone who had a lot of bullets. I did just see it a second ago. But who you are will be centred on what you can do and what you specialise in, and also what cards you're more likely to get. We'll crack open the workshop, then we'll quickly have a look at these ones, and then I'll have a look at the expansion. Okay, so workshop and camp events, things that happen. So in terms of camp events, it's things that can be instant, they can be attacks. Ooh, the thing just rocks up and starts ruining things. Dogs, of course. Setbacks, deadly shadows, and then things that you can use to build with. So buildables, resources more than anything, screws, nails, old keys, of course. What more could you want? The card feel is really nice as well. It's not tacky. Everything seems to have been produced at such a high quality. Not had a look underneath here, and I am just considering the fact that I can see that it is wobbling, which tells me there's more under there. Did just get a sneak peek of a character, which I like. So, track that, punch it, and then we've got these cards, which are all cards that are found in the different storage, and of course they come in 3 levels, P2, P3 and P1. And it's just things that you can do, choices that you can take, or things that you might find. An example of the thing, which probably don't want to draw. Geographic maps, all stuff to help you towards fueling that helicopter. I imagine when you get attacked by the thing, you do need to acquire the respective cards out. So, an example, the what are they called? Vulnerability cards to see if you are affected. I'll sort those out in a second. Which are these ones? Put those there. And now let's take the lid off this. So in here, that's where all the different items that are punched are going to go, which is nice, because then you can just take that out, stick it on the board, and everyone can access it. We've then got... Oof, these are stuck. No, they're not. Oh, we did get a clicker. We got a single clicker. I guess that means that I can put this other single clicker over here. Way! Oh no, I didn't get just one clicker. There's many. Even better. Look at that. I've got 5 clickers. Why did I order another one? I have no idea. So these are little play aids. These are explanations for the different weapons. One for every player. So no one is ever left questioning, which is quite nice. I can see the vulnerable cards go there. I'm going to quite sneaky and put those in. Everything just seems to fit in this box, which is really nice. It's nice when an insert actually works for all the cards, all the components. I've been playing a fair few Tiny Epic games, and I love the Tiny Epic games. Rambling at the minute because I'm packing away and I don't want to be silent. But the issue I have with the Tiny Epic games is they are tiny as boxes, they are epic for play, but then when you actually try and pack them in, suddenly you realise that they're not tiny at all. They are incredibly space consuming. It's mad. Right, I'm going to very messily do that. Stick this on top, move these to one side, and we'll have a quick butchers inside the expansion boxes. So this is the expansion for this. There is a second expansion, so you can have it up to 8 players. And I went for the ones with Van Wall and Norris because, in all honesty, red and yellow. Red's my colour, yellow's my partner. I thought it'd make us more inclined to play. Now the question is there enough space in the actual core box for all these extra components to fit? Or are these going to sit separate? And in my head, despite the size of that box, I'm feeling like they're going to sit separate. Oh, are you kidding? There we go. So, I'm guessing this is just going to be a lot more of the same. But it's got the sculpts, it's got those. I didn't look at the little models, I've just realised, so I will get those out in a moment. I'll get these ones out and we'll look at these ones. But it should just be a lot more of what we've just had. Some extra stuff to accommodate the extra player. Some extra stuff to accommodate the extra player. And then we have... Oh, it even comes with the old standees. Very cool. Oh, some extra player aids, which is nice. And the different player boards, which, again, exactly the same as the other ones, but specific to what they are. So we've got the physicist and the chopper pilot. If I get these out, oh, they're like a hard plastic with like quite a rubbery feel. Very nice though, really well made. And this chap, physicist with 2 axes, he is not messing about. He is gonna find out about physics and such. Oh, 2 more clickers, which is cool. So I've effectively got a spare since I ordered an extra one, which isn't a problem. Standees, cubes unique to the players, some more of these green cubes, and then the cards specific to those players as well. Awesome. I think that is that. Awesome. That is quite a meaty box. I'm really excited to get this to the table, but that's based mainly on nostalgia for the fact that I've played it once already. Thinking about it logistically, it's a 3 to 4 player game at its core, 3 to 6 with this expansion, and I don't know entirely when I'll be able to actually get 6 people to play this, but I feel like it's one that I could get people who are non-gamers to play, just because of the theme and the actual mechanics of that building of paranoia, the panic, the excitement surrounding it as well. I think the fact that The Thing as a film has got quite a big cult following might help as well. Everyone knows, well, generally speaking, when you say, have you seen the movie The Thing, they know what it's about, they know the pretense, they can probably, if they have watched it more than once, be able to name all the characters and understand the logistics. And I think that implemented as a board game will work really well and be quite appealing. But that's yet to be proven, and I need to try and get my friends to play it yet. Until then, as always, thank you ever so much for sticking around to watch me unbox this. Apologies if my excitement and rambling just went away with me. However, I will catch you next time.